Hello friends, I'm Janani. I'm going to speak on gold, the most sought after of all precious metals. Globally, gold is acquired for its beauty, for its investment and industrial properties. And gold, since known time, it has been a symbol of pride and wealth. Maybe, in fact, that is why Olympic winners are also awarded with gold medals. And according to a research by the Oxford Economics, gold should go well in the times of deflations. When is deflation? Deflation is a time when the interest rates are low, the consumption is low, and when there is financial stress in the economy. And aren't we best witnessing them in the COVID days? Yes, and now almost no portfolio is immune. And gold is inversely proportional with inflation. So gold can be a definitely good option, an option that investors should consider while diversifying his or her portfolio. This will help them mitigate their risk in the stock markets. And there are numerous ways to invest in gold. Gone are the days where gold was only by way of buying jewelry or coins from your jewelry store. There are hell a lot of options right now, and let's discuss each one of them. We'll know what they are, their pros, their cons, and the returns. Returns are basically the capital appreciation, but they different from each mode of investment because the costs involved in each mode is different. So the returns are also affected by them. So the option that has lower costs will give us high returns, and we'll discuss and analyze each and every mode of investment and find the best option that will suit our requirements. So the first mode of investing in gold is physical gold. Let's not forget the conventional way of investing. By selling physical gold, I actually don't mean jewelry because it's not bought with an intention of selling in the first place, and women don't buy it with an intention of selling. And again, the resale value of jewelry is lower than other forms of gold, other physical forms of gold to be more particular, because of the purity issues. When it is melted into jewelry, the purity goes a bit down only. And again, the storage charges, the safety charges are also there for physical forms of gold. We should either hire a locker or we should have some gold insurance and stuff. And liquidity, when it comes to liquidity, physical gold is not a problem because we can buy it anytime, sell it anytime. That is definitely not a big problem. And they can also be used as collateral for jewel loans as well. So coming to the charges associated with physical gold, we pay GST over them, and if it is coins, they do have a small portion of making charges and some storage charges that you will have to incur. That depends from investor to investor. So the next way of getting gold is through sovereign gold bonds. Sovereign gold bonds are bonds issued by the Reserve Bank of India. They are issued in multiples of 1 gram. So the tenure of these bonds is basically 8 years. There is a lock-in period of 5 years. So in the first 5 years, the investor cannot withdraw his investment. From the 6th year to the 8th year, the investor can trade these bonds in the exchange or on the maturity. That is, at the end of the 8th year, the investor can redeem his investment. And these sovereign gold bonds have two amazing features. The first one is they are exempted from capital gains tax when they are redeemed on maturity, that is on the 8th year. Both from 6th, 7th and 8th year, the investor can of course sell, but if he is redeeming it on the maturity, that is at the end of 8th year, then there is no capital gains tax. But if he is selling it in the 6th, 7th or in the 8th year before maturity, then of course there will be capital gains tax. And another amazing feature of these bonds is they come with 2.5% of interest. 2.5% of interest per annum, and they are paid half yearly on a half yearly basis. So 2.5% per annum for a tenure of 8 years, even a simple interest of 20% we actually get, and that is really not a small number when it comes to investment. And gold prices have always been increasing, and they're definitely not going to disappoint us in a span of 8 years. The only problem is its liquidity, the lock-in period. So if you are an investor having an investment period of more than 5 years, then this can definitely be a smart way of investing, and it's safe as well. And there are no purity issues because all the gold that we get here are only the 916 gold. And coming to the costs, these have no cost. There is no GST, there are no storage issues, there are no storage costs, transaction costs. So there are basically no costs involved over here. And these gold bonds can also be used as collateral for loans. So what more can you expect from an investment? So this is all about sovereign gold bonds. The next way of investing in gold is digital gold or e-gold. Previously we saw about physical gold. e-gold or digital gold has all the advantages of physical gold, and on the other hand it also overcomes the disadvantages of physical gold. So what are the advantages? It's liquidity. You can buy it anywhere, anytime, and even here you can buy it anywhere, anytime. You can buy it online on a click of your phone. And the best part is you can buy any fraction. You can even invest 1 rupee, 10 rupee or 20 rupees. Don't you think this is a boon to investors? Even students, even children can get, they can convert their savings into gold, and this is something really good about digital gold. And they can also be converted into physical gold on the request of the investor. That is again a very good option. If need arises that we want physical gold, we can definitely convert the e-gold into physical gold. And coming to the disadvantages of physical gold, what were the disadvantages? Purity was an issue, and here it is absolutely pure. Only 916 gold is here. And storage is not a problem, because the gold that we buy will be stored in a gold vault. So again, that is not going to be an issue. So and we can invest in any amount, in any fraction, so it is definitely not be a problem. Coming to the costs involved in digital gold, we have GST and we have a minimum transaction and storage cost, but that's very minimum, or less than 1 or 2%. And one small hindrance is that these cannot be used as a collateral for loans. So that is only one problem over here. And one main thing I missed to tell was that these digital gold can be held for a period maximum for 5 to 7 years based on the fund manager, asset management company through which you get. So in the end of the 5th year or 7th year respectively, the investor has to decide whether he's going to encash his gold or he's going to convert it into physical gold. But this is not a very big hindrance, because even if you're encashing it, you can reinvest it in the next moment, right? So that is definitely not a very big disadvantage, but a point to be noted. Next, coming to gold ETFs. Gold ETFs are basically exchange traded funds. These funds invest in gold mining and gold refining companies. So the prices of these funds will be proportional to the gold prices only. And these exchange traded funds, they do not have any minimum period of investment, a maximum period of investment, any of those stuffs. Only thing is you need a Demat account to get exchange traded funds. And they also come with good returns. They don't have any lock-in period. So these are really good, they are really good options for those who are very much concerned, to invest only in stocks, and at the same time you're investing it in gold. So this is all about exchange traded funds. And coming to the costs involved in exchange traded funds, there is some fund manager fee or asset management fee that comes around 0.5 to 1.5%, which is there in almost all stocks or all funds. So that is definitely not going to be a problem over here. And next is something very similar to gold ETF, that is gold mutual funds. These can also be called as funds of funds, because these gold mutual funds, they invest in gold ETFs. So let me highlight only the differences over here. Gold ETFs, you can convert them into physical gold. Yes, you can convert gold ETFs into physical gold when you attain more than 500 grams or 1 kg. I don't know if it's an advantage or disadvantage, but at least there is that option after you attain 500 grams or 1 kg. But in gold mutual funds, that physical conversion option is not there. But to compensate this disadvantage, there is one advantage in gold mutual fund. That is, you have this SIP option. There are a lot of SIP options in gold mutual funds starting from even 500 rupees. So this can definitely be another good option for for beginners to invest. But coming to the cost portion of gold mutual funds, since I said it is a fund of fund, for the gold mutual fund there will be a fund manager fee of 0.5 to 1%, and for the gold ETF there will be another cost of 0.5 to 1%. So overall we'll have around 2% of cost. And one more disadvantage is that these gold mutual funds have exit load. That is, if the investor wants to redeem his or her investment before 1 year, then there will be some exit load, 1 or 2% of exit load. So that is again to be kept in mind. So if you are a very short term investor, less than 1 year, then this can't be a very good option for you. But we have already discussed numerous options which can suit your preferences as well. So this is all about gold mutual funds, gold ETFs, digital gold, sovereign gold bonds and physical gold. Before I conclude, let me tell about another mode of investing into gold, that is through derivatives. Derivatives is it is a world by itself, but if you're someone who is already into derivatives, then you can definitely consider gold futures and options as well. They also give promising returns. And see, each investment has its own advantages and disadvantages, and any prudent investor will look in for three things in any investment: its safety, its liquidity and its profitability. And I think gold has all these, and it is proved is never wrong, almost never wrong. And if you are a long-term investor, that is for more than 5 years, then I personally feel sovereign gold bonds is a good option because the cost involved is less and we additionally get interest as well. But if you are a short-term investor, if you are liquidity oriented, then definitely you can go for digital gold or gold ETFs. So thanks for watching for so long. Thank you. Happy investing.